Suppose you have a shop. You sell stationery products like pens, pencils, notebooks, etc. You want to know the total number of a particular item available in your shop, like how many pens there are in stock, price of a single pen, total price of all the pens, and so on. Will you do these calculations by hand or by calculator? Instead, try Excel. Excel provides you a faster way of doing these calculations. Excel is not just for making tables. In addition to organizing data, Excel's plethora of formulas and functions are meant to do your calculations and save your time. Instead of adding up 100 rows of items available in your shop yourself, Excel can do the math for you, and you'll know it's correct. By using Excel, you'll save a lot of time at your job and/or in your personal life, and the calculations are guaranteed to be more accurate than something you could have done by hand. At the end of this video, you will be able to use formulas and functions in Excel. Microsoft Excel is the go-to tool for working with data. Excel is a widely used software application in industries today, built to generate reports and business insights. Excel supports several inbuilt applications that make it easier to use. One such feature that allows Excel to stand out is Excel functions and formulas, which enable you to perform calculations and data analysis faster. In Excel, the calculation can be specified using either a formula or a function. A formula is an equation designed by a user in Excel, while a function is a predefined calculation in Excel. In other words, a formula is a self-defined or user-defined instruction for performing calculations. It is like a general calculation done as per the wish of the user. A function is a predefined formula. That means, it already exists and were developed by Microsoft Corporation as a part of an Excel application. In either case, all formulas and functions are entered in a cell and must begin with an equal sign, equals. Let's first see how to use a formula in Excel. For example, cell A3 below contains a formula which adds the value of cell A1 and A2. And now see how to use a function. For example, cell A3 below contains the sum function which calculates the sum of the range A1, A2. Equals tells Excel that this is a formula, and it should evaluate it. A1 plus A2 makes reference to cell addresses A1 and A2, then adds the values found in these cell addresses. Note A1 is a cell address containing the value. Similarly, A2 is a cell address. Plus is the addition arithmetic operator. Let's discuss what an Excel formula is. A formula is an expression which calculates the value of a cell. It operates on values in a range of cells. A formula returns a result even when it is an error. Excel formulas enable you to perform calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In addition to these, you can also find out averages and calculate percentages in Excel for a range of cells, manipulate date and time values, and do a lot more. To enter a formula, execute the following steps. 1. Select a cell. 2. To let Excel know that you want to enter a formula, type an equal sign equals. For example, type the formula A1 plus A2. Suppose you create a table in Excel for all products that you sell in your stationery shop, as shown on screen. Now you want to calculate the total number of items available in the shop. For this, select cell C10. Type equals. And then type C2 plus C3 plus C4 plus C5 plus C6 plus C7 plus C8 plus C9. Press enter. You will get the total number of items available in the shop as 140 as shown on screen. Now suppose you want to find out the total price of each item. To find out the total price of 30 pens, select cell E2. Then type equals. Type C2 into D2. And press enter. You will get the total price of 30 pens is equal to 300 as shown on screen. Similarly, you can find out the total price of other items by following the same steps and you will get the table as shown on screen. Now you want to find out the sum of total price of all items. For this, select cell E10. Type equals and then E2 plus E3 plus E4 plus E5 plus E6 plus E7 plus E8 plus E9. Press enter. And the grand total of total price of all items will be 4,950. Let's say you want to find out the average price of each item. For this, you need to divide the grand total price of all items by total number of items. So, select cell F10. Type equals and then E10 C10. Press enter. When a formula is entered into a cell, it also appears in the formula bar as shown. To see a formula, select a cell, and it will appear in the formula bar as shown. The two words formulas and functions are sometimes used interchangeably. They are closely related, yet they are different. Formulas are user-defined operations. Functions are predefined, built-in operations in Excel. They can be used to perform complex calculations that cannot be done manually. Functions in Excel have names that reflect their intended use. In order to work correctly, a function must be written a specific way, which is called the syntax. Take an example, and highlight each of the following one by one as you talk about them. The basic syntax for a function is the equals sign equals, the function name, sum, for example, and one or more arguments. The term argument refers to any expression within the parentheses of a function. They contain the information you want to calculate. The function in the example below would add the values of the cell range C2, C9. For example, sum for summation of a range of numbers. Average for calculating the average of a given range of numbers. Count for counting the number of items in a given range. Functions increase user productivity when working with Excel. Let's say you would like to get the grand total for the total price of all items. You can use a formula to get the grand total. Using a formula, you would have to reference the cells E2 through to E4 one by one. You would have to use the following formula. Equals E2 plus E3 plus E4 plus E5 plus E6 plus E7 plus E8 plus E9. On other hand, with a function, you would write the above formula as equals sum E2, E9. You can see some common Excel functions on screen. The sum function, as the name suggests, gives the total of the selected range of cell values. It performs the mathematical operation which is addition. Let's take the same table of items we used above. As you can see, to find the total number of items in your shop, you need to simply type in the function equals sum C2, C9. This automatically adds up all the items and the result is stored in C10. Now, to sum a column or row of numbers, you can also use AutoSum. Suppose you want to find the total number of items by using AutoSum. For this, select cell C10. Click AutoSum on the Home tab. Press Enter and you are done. When you click AutoSum, Excel automatically enters a formula that uses the sum function to sum the numbers. Or, select the range of cells from C2 to C9 and click AutoSum show on screen. Next function is product. Suppose you want to find out the product of each item. For this, select cell E2. Type equals product C2, D2. Press Enter. You will get the total price of all pens available in the shop. Similarly, you can get the total price of other items as shown in column A on screen. You can find the grand total also by using AutoSum. If you want to find out the average price of items available in your shop, you need to use average function. For this, select cell E10. Type equals average E10 C10. Press Enter. Similarly, you can use other function in Excel to calculate the respective values. You can find all available Excel functions in the function library on the Formulas tab. In this video, you have learnt about use formulas and functions in Excel.